Yo, so I have been in business for 4 years, and can I tell you a secret? I am a terrible salesperson. I'm useless. I'm terrible. I can't make people buy things that they don't want to buy. I hear words like sales and close the deal, and it makes me feel all anxious and like, yeah. The worst job that I ever had was working for this good community organization called Acorn, where I was working with a community organizer. We were going around rough neighborhoods in Philly and like surrounding cities like Chester, going door to door, trying to get people to sign up for membership, to pay some fee to be a part of the organization. The work they were doing was worthwhile policy-wise, and so I was fine making the ask, but when people said no, which 99.9% did, I thanked them for their time, moved on to the next door, took a couple deep breaths, tried to settle myself down, prepared to make the next ask. But I didn't get donations for the organization. I didn't get memberships. And it was so stressful. It was so I hated doing this. It was so tiring to have to continuously ask people and then be rejected. That after 4 weeks, I talked to my supervisor after shift, and I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. I just don't think this is gonna work out for me. I need to move on. And I can still distinctly remember all these years later the look of immense relief on this woman's face when she saw me quit. Because it turned out that a week later, she was going to have to fire me because I wasn't making quota, and their minimum wage that they were paying me was not enough to justify the teeny bit of money I was bringing into the organization. So back on track. I'm a terrible salesperson. This was a fact that really concerned me when I opened my business because I assumed that selling things to people was the only way you could get by in business. I assumed I'd be cold calling people and trying to convince them to get websites, and I just knew I couldn't do that very well. I hoped I'd figure it out if push came to shove, but I was just terrified of that day. But guess what? 4 years in, I have never had to do that. And do you know why? Because I'm a genuinely helpful dude. I like helping people. I like seeing people better off. I like when I can use my skills to make people have a slightly better life. And once I learned to start having this helpfulness go outside of the realm of a one-on-one private interaction with a client, and start putting out free resources online and trying to show up at events and just be a helpful presence, I've genuinely built enough trust and relationships that making sales is the easiest part of the process because there's already this trusting understanding of how we can help each other out, what's in it for each of us, and then by the time the proposal comes around, I never have to make a pitch. I never have to be so this is the reason why you need to work with me. It just doesn't have to work like that, and I love it. But the truth is, nobody likes to be sold to. And in retrospect, I think my extreme aversion to selling in a traditional way was actually kind of a helpful trait. But as a business, you need to sell stuff, of course. That's how you stay in business. Things need to be sold. But the way to do that, ironically, is to sell less and be helpful more. Just waiting for Dito to stop making his noise. There you go. And here's how. You provide quality content that serves your audience's informational needs instead of trying to sell them stuff. Chances are you have information in your head that your audience needs. You can answer their questions, you can lessen their fears, you can clear up uncertainty, you can give them a path forward on this particular area of their life or their business that they need help going on. You can legitimately make them better off by providing them the information they're looking for in trustworthy, friendly, tangible ways. And guess what? If you do that, if you become the one helpful professional that went out of your way and solved the one thing that was bugging them, maybe, just maybe, they'll buy from you.